There are over 600 women in New South Wales prisons. Over 40% of prisoners will return to jail within 2 years of release. Kat Armstrong is the director of the Women in Prison Advocacy Network, or WIPAN. As an ex-prisoner, she has set up a successful mentoring program and has been fighting to keep the funding for it without success.
It took me 14 months of every month ringing, writing, phoning to get a meeting with the Attorney General. We wrote a 30-page proposal demonstrating why we should get recurrent funding from the government, that we could exist on a $200,000 a year budget.
A New South Wales prisoner costs the state over $100,000 a year. By keeping women out of jail, WIPAN says they can save the government $4 to $5 million over the next 3 years.
A spokesperson for the Attorney General, Greg Smith, says that WIPAN does not meet their department's criteria for funding. Instead, they say WIPAN has already been told to apply to the Department of Corrective Services. This funding, however, would not start until the year 2014.
Without funding for the next year, the program will stop, and ex-prisoners like Leanne Ridgway will be left without support.
I left home when I was 12 due to being abused. When I was 15, I was in a pretty violent relationship, so that was when heroin had stepped in. I first went into jail when I was 21. I missed out on time with my daughter.
After years in and out of jail, Leanne has managed to break this cycle. The previous state Labor government gave 3 grants to WIPAN, but changes to the Liberal government's funding pool means that these grants are no longer available.
If we don't get money by November 2012, we'll have to close.
Liberal backbencher Catherine Cusack has also voiced her support.
I'll be taking up the cause with the Attorney General.
Despite this, the program's future remains uncertain. But whether they should receive funding is clear to those they've helped.
It's worth it. It's worth every dollar, every cent.